Hello, everybody. It's Monday. I hope you all had a fantastic weekend and that you are ready for this week. I know that our members that lives in Brazil, they all have the carnival. I think that is what it's called. So I hope they enjoy it. And I think it's over 3 days. I am so envious. I don't know why. I think it's because of that movie that was created. I can't remember exactly what it was with the birds. And the people had the carnival in Rio. That was such an awesome movie. So I'm like thinking, oh, they've got this carnival and it's so exciting. So I wish all of our members a happy carnival and I hope they enjoy the time off. But I am here today, so I'm here to bring you some news. Right now on our platform, we do not have any new updates at this stage, but I am going to tell you about the things that you should know, especially if you are brand spanking new to Builderall, then you need to know the following. So before I get going, I just want to make sure that I am live and it looks like that. Thank you so much, everyone, for typing in hashtag live. We know that Facebook shows it to more people if we do that. So thank you for that. And good morning to everybody, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending from where you are in the world. All right. So, what is happening in this week? In this week, first things that you have to remember, it's not too late. You can still participate in the Build It All Dream Awards. Guys, this is like it's money for nothing, really. You have to make sure, if you do not know what it's all about, go and take a look in your inbox. We have sent multiple emails about it. You can even go onto the dashboard on the little notifications, and I'm going to show you in just a moment about the information on how you can participate to win $5,000 if they choose your post or your video that you've created. And you can still win $100 even if you do not win. And everybody is getting it. So you are a winner whether or not you are being drawn as the main winner for the $5,000. And if you're thinking, what can $1,000 do for me on certified partners? You can create a logo. You can ask somebody to just create an email sequence for you, or whatever the case might be. So don't sleep on this. This is really, really important that you guys jump in and grab that opportunity, because it is really, really awesome. All right, now let's talk about promotions. Whether you are an associate, we call associates is very similar to affiliates. So in Build It All, we call them associates. And if you are one of those people, there is a few promotions that's running currently that you can promote to get more people on your team. And there are two. The one is for 30% discount for 3 months on all the plans except Funnel Club. Funnel Club is excluded from that one. And the only coupon code that you need to use is NEWBIZ with a Z and a 30 at the end. And then they would be able to get that allocation of discount to their account. The other one we have is basically connected to our Funnel Fast Track workshop that is happening soon. And I'm going to tell you all about it. It's happening on the 15th of February, which is this month, right after Valentine's Day at 12 p.m. EST time. So you do not want to miss that one out. But because of that, we are launching a new promotion for it, and it's called Funnel Fast Track. And for that one, you can save 50% off in the first month. So that is a cool one. So you can choose either which one you want to use, whether you want 50% off in the first month or 30% off over 3 months. So the choice is yours. So if you have got people that you want to bring to Build It All, now is the time to do that, because that is really, really a very good saving. Then I'm going to talk a little about our CRM training that I'm currently busy with. I'm trying to do these little workshops, and it's all about tagging inside of Build It All. If you want to know a little bit more about how to make use of the tags and all the different kinds of tools, then this series is for you. You can always go watch the replays if you haven't seen the replays. And then the next one is actually happening in 2 hours, I think. I'm not exactly sure, but you can go check that out on Facebook. I will also show you where to find that in just a moment. Make sure that you join it, because tagging is a very powerful thing inside of our platform where you can truly, truly automate your business. All right. So that is with regards to the workshop. We're trying to do it every Monday. It was normally early in the day, but I'm going to make it a little bit later in the day so that more people can get their hands on it as well and watch live. So that is that part. What I'm going to do today, because we don't have updates with regards to the software really, besides that, you have to remember the notifications that is inside of the hub about the next 3 days with regards to support. I'm going to do a mini tutorial. I always do it on a Monday, so you guys must know it's not just about the updates. I'll always come to you with a mini tutorial to teach you something that you might need or that you are worried about. And one of them in this case is the optimizing your mobile site. A lot of people join the platform and then they are confused because they create a beautiful website, but the moment they go to the mobile site, it is all messed up and it doesn't make sense. And that is not because you've done something wrong. It's because you just need to understand how the mobile side of it work. All right. So I'm going to show you the basics today. I'm not going to go into depth and showing you exactly everything you need to do on how to design a banner, because panels do play a big role, but I'm going to show you or explain to you as I go and create something online that we have right here. So I haven't prepared anything. This is absolutely from scratch. I don't even know what I'm going to create. I'm just going to think about something and we're going to create it, go to Canva, fetch it in Canva and bring it in so that we can play around with it. But we will use a little bit of dummy text. All right. So otherwise, I can't think of content right now because I don't even know what I'm going to create. So that is what we're going to do today with that section right here. All right, so I am just going to close this one section. I'm going to share my screen with you in a moment. I just need to open up a few things right here. So just give me some time here so that I can see what I am actually doing. All right. And let me just go there and going to start sharing my screen. All right, so you should be seeing my screen right now. I just want to see if I can remove myself from the picture so that you can see a little bit more. All right, so right here you can see, and I'm not sure if everybody can hear me. If you can hear me, say yes in the chat for me right now before I continue, because the last time I did what I did on StreamYard, people couldn't hear me. So please let me know in the chat, can you hear me? Just type yes. Perfect. That's awesome. Thank you for that yes, I appreciate it. All right, so first I want to tell you quickly, this is the hub if you want to know about the notifications, and I want to bring your attention especially to this one right here under the updates, and that's with regards to the support that is at the carnival. It's 3 public holidays that's happening there, so please make sure that you read this, otherwise you're not going to know what's going on. The other place I want to draw your attention is right here by the university. If you go to Builderall University Live and you click on it, you would be able to see all the previous CRM training that's been added. I'm still going to add the one today when it's done. I haven't created anything for that yet. So after the training, I will come back and upload that as well. So you can see right here, if you scroll to the bottom, you will always find all our workshops that we've done in the past right here. This is our previous AI workshop that you can go take a look at. The one that's coming this week on the 15th, which is the funnel hack. I'm also going to add it right here for you to be able to watch the replay. Then we've got the CRM training. That's the first one I did. And then super checkout. So both of these are with regards to tagging. If you've got questions, you guys, it's really important to come to this page, because every Thursday, 8 a.m. EST time, I'm live inside of the Builderall official group. You can click here and it will take you to the group, basically the group that we are in now. And if you do not want to watch, but you want to join me in the session, you just need to click on Join Session Live. And when you're live inside of the account, then you would be able to ask your questions, talk to me face to face, and get all of your concerns looked after. All right, so that is with regards to that area. So I'm just going to click on the octopus and go back quickly. All right, so what we're going to do today is we are going to go make use of the Builderall website builder. So I'm going to click on this little icon because I wanted to open up in a new page. or a new tab at the top. And I think I always do that. You don't need to. You can go and click right here on it, and it's going to open up on the side for you. But you know what? It's a habit. I always choose to have it right here at the top. That's just the way that I work. All right. So what we're going to do is create a brand new site. I'm just going to click on create new site. And we can make use of the templates, but in this case, most of the templates is already mobile optimized, and I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to go and grab a brand new template and just use that as a starting point. All right. So the first thing that we need to understand is the way that our builder works. All right. So we're not like WordPress. We do not have columns and rows. We've got panels like this, panels and boxes, which is the most important part. If you can remember those two things, panels and boxes, and that all your content needs to be grouped in a panel. So if I'm talking about group, I'm just going to add myself. I'm just going to look at you for a moment here. If I'm talking about you have to group your content, let's say, for example, your very first thing at the top of your page, you're now creating a funnel. The very one at the top of the page is going to have an opt-in box where the person needs to put in the email marketing form. And you're going to have a headline, and maybe you're going to have an image, all right, and then some text of it. Those things are things that you are going to group together, because when it comes to the mobile side, and I'm going to show you in a moment why I'm saying that, when it comes to the mobile side, you will be able to move that content up and down, all right? But if nothing is in boxes, it's going to be extremely difficult to be able to figure out which content belong where, and you're going to get confused. So always remember panels and boxes. That is really, really important when it comes to building your website. Also, do not try to push all of your content into one panel. Really, really important part, because if everything is in one panel, you're going to struggle even more, because it might throw the things in different places, and then you're going to sit eons to try and move certain text or headlines or images into an order that you would like it to be. So make sure that you think about that as well. Rather keep the sections together that belongs together. Maybe, let me give you a good idea. Maybe you have a landing page, all right? And it's not just an email marketing form. You want to give some testimonials and a little bit about yourself, and maybe some social proof with icons. Make sure that your social proof of icons is one panel, your testimonials, one panel, your about me, one panel, and then your email marketing form with a headline, one panel. And not all on one panel alone, because a lot of people do that, and that's why they struggle. All right. So let me go and go on with my tutorial here, or my little training session. So this line shows me this is my panel. All right. This is just dummy text, and that is a box. So I'm going to explain this to you now with this specific box, and I'm just going to pull it like this. So now you can see that this box, the text is moving with the box. If I take it out of there and I move this, the text is staying behind. So let me go and show you quickly. If I go to the elements, and we are going to add a heading. So we're just going to try and make this now something that everybody would understand. And I'm just going to remove this block because I want to show you quickly. So let's say that is that area. We're going to add some we've got that. We've got a heading. Let me get an image as well. So we're going to scroll down. I'm going to grab it. And I'm just going to put an image because I need to explain this to you nicely. And we're going to grab maybe a button email marketing form right here. And we're just going to drop that. Now, remember, it's not about being pretty now. It's just about getting it done. All right. So I'm not going to explain to you exactly what I have just done, because it is not about teaching you about the email marketing, but about the design. So let's say there is a message, there is your email marketing form, and there is an image. All right. So let's say this is the design. Can you see that you need to move things around to make sense of it? All right. That's very, very difficult to do that. So I'm now going to do something else. I'm going to add another box in here, some more text. All right. And I'm going to put it right here. And maybe I want to say something more, and I'm going to put another one there. So let's say this is our design. All right. Now, obviously, it's not going to be these texts. If you're going to go to mobile now, can you see what is happening here? Look, where is your heading? Your heading is not at the top. Some of the text is here. So you're going to have to click and move it up manually to get to the place where you actually want it. All right. And then obviously you probably don't want it there because there's one area there. And sometimes these, you don't even know which one belongs to which one, especially if you have got lots and lots of paragraphs. You're going to have to figure out which is the next paragraph and which is the next paragraph before you can move on. So that is the problem that we have there. But if we have got it in boxes and say that these are the information that belongs together, then we're going to go and grab a box. All right. So we're going to take this box. I'm just going to use this color box so that we can see. Going to put it inside the box. Let me just stretch it so that we can get it all in nicely. Now, this information belongs with that text. All right. It doesn't belong with this because this is something else you are trying to tell them. Although it's still part of this panel, you are just separating it from this area right here. All right. So you can see here is your box. So I'm just going to background and change it to closed like that. So now you can see I can move this whole thing. All right. It's a lot easier to change it around on your web page. Now, let's go to the mobile side. And now you're going to see what I mean. Can you see that when I hover, this area here is already inside of a box? So this is now you can move this as a whole up and down. So let's say I just want to do that. You can see we can move inside of it where you want it, or you can click on the box when it says box at the top, and you can move the box down. Did you see how it jumped? So you can click until you see the box. That's now in the email marketing form. And let me just change it quickly. Let me just type it there. There. Oh, man. Text. There is box, so we can move up the box again. So that is a very important part. Part number 2. If I click on this and I right click for this general settings to open, and you click, can you see that you can move it? You can change the font left and right here. That is another area you need to consider. It's very important to know that you can change the size of your mobile in this area. You do not need to worry whether it is going to adjust your size on the desktop, because it's not going to. You would be able to change and adjust it there. If I right click again, you can see we've got the size on mobile. The same with headlines. If you click on right click, general settings. Okay, that is the other part I forgot to say. Sometimes you're not going to get this, like size on mobile. And let me go show you why this is not happening with the H1 text here. We go back to the desktop and we click on it, and we're going to click on the text editor. All right. You're going to see the H1 font heading 1. If I highlight this, I'm going to make this neutral heading. All right. You can still choose your font size as well. So I'm just going to keep let's just keep it at impact. And then you can change the size that you want. So let's go 60. Let's do that. Oh, that's a little bit too big, right? Let me just scroll a little bit back. Click save. All right, now I changed it to neutral. So if I go back to the website, to the mobile, and I right click, not magic text, if I right click, now I can change the mobile, the size according to what I wanted. All right. So when you do see sometimes and you right click, you can always go back and change it to neutral. and then change the font type that you want, and then you're going to come back and you would be able to adjust your text accordingly. All right, because it's important for mobile to be clear, otherwise you will be penalized by Google if the text is not readable to your client. All right, so let me go back. Now, the question that I often have is people saying to me, Jackie, some of my things, that doesn't look right. My backgrounds don't look right. Sorry, my breath is going away. So let's go and create a banner inside of Canva now. I'm just going to create a design, and I'm going to create a custom size because I want 1920. That's something I use. You don't have to use the same size as I do, especially with height. The height is concerned, but the width of our page for websites is 1920. And the height could be 300. It depends on what your design is. But for this example, we're going to stick with 600. All right. And now we need to have a design right here. So I'm just going to grab something that's available. All right. I'm not going to use these texts because I want to add my text on top of this. And I'm going to show you two examples now. So this is number one. So let's go download this. And while we're doing it, I would suggest that you always make sure that you are optimizing your image for SEO, meaning making it as small as possible. Not what I'm doing right now because Canva is quite a big files that's been downloaded. Make sure you go to tiny PNG or JPG and you adjust it. All right. So now I'm just going to click this delete and this delete tag, and I'm going to right click, and we're going to go add a panel, background settings, change, and we're just going to upload that one just like that. And you probably give it the proper name, not what I'm doing right here. All right, so there is our image. So let's say we've got an opt-in box here. I'm just going to put this text in white, highlighting it and changing it to white. All right, it's already in our box. Maybe we want to put something there. I don't know what it could be. Let's just do text, highlight this in white, and save. All right, just so that we can have an idea of what we are doing here. All right, I'm just going to do this. And it's just now for this example, guys, this is not what you have to do exactly. It's just to give you an example. And then you can have obviously anything there. So what do we do with this now on mobile? Let's go take a look what this image looks like. So you can see we've got the earphones on that side. It's not necessarily something that we would like. All right. So when you get something like this, if you click on this line on the outline, you can see it highlighted. It's the panel. And if you right click and you go to sizes and you change the height, let me just make sure I'm on the right place. That is the panel. Let's see if we can change the height, minimum height here. There we go. You can see what happens if we change the minimum height here. It changes the length. So if it's supposed to change it completely. Now it doesn't want to. But okay, let's say we do not like this style. All right. You can click right there and you can adjust it so that that area is not there. That white. Okay. And it's going to make it bigger and smaller. But in this case, this specific template is probably what it is. But how do we work around this? Let's say you just want the black background. That's all you want. So you're going to go back. And what we're going to do right now, and I've just moved this thing. Sorry, I wasn't supposed to do that. So what are we going to do now not to show that? All you're going to do is you are going to clone this page. You're going to scroll up. Now you're going to see we've got this. We're going to right click. We are going to go to the background settings. Now you can choose if you want to go and adjust the size and put in some other black, or you can just delete that and make it black. All right. Unless you want to, if you want to, you can go and grab a textured background that is one color and upload it. So now that has been added. All you really need to do now is you are going to click on this area here. Okay. or on this one that you've created, you're going to hide it on desktop. So you can see it's not available on desktop. When you go to the mobile view now, you're going to see we have that, but we don't want that section. So we're going to click on it and we're going to hide it. And there is our page that we've just created for mobile. So you can see we don't have that nonsense of that extra things in there. And that is what you're going to be able to do if you have got multiple pages. Maybe on your desktop, you have information like, let's go by the panels. And I'm going to go to the panel area. And I'm going to go grab, let's just choose an ask page. What is there on the ask page? No, let's go choose contents. So maybe I want to have that page, and I'm going to scroll, and I want that page, and I want that page. So now they have been added to my page, all right? But I do not want them to see this on mobile because it might be not that important. I only want them to see that. All I really need to do is click on it on the panel and hide it. Click on the panel, hide it. No, not delete it, hide it. So you can see now it's been hidden. No, it's not supposed to be hidden. Let me go back. Unhide and unhide. All right, let's do it again. Sorry, guys. We want all of this to be shown right here, but we do not want to see it on mobile. So we're going to go to mobile. We're going to scroll down. We do not want to see this area. So we're going to click and then we're going to hide it. We're going to click, we're going to hide it. So now you only sit with this area and that one. So let's just hide this in between sections. So you can see that you can hide and play around with it. It doesn't necessarily need to be like that. So now here at the bottom, sometimes people can't see the buttons where they click. You're going to right click on that. You're going to go way to the advanced area and you're going to increase the bottom. Can you see what happens right here at the bottom? I've increased the space because maybe you've got something going on here. Maybe there's social media icons that is showing from another platform or whatever. You can create space here at the bottom. You can create space in between all the areas. So for an example, if you right click on the image, it's not going to be under the advanced. It's lateral spacing with this one. So you're going to be able to increase the size right there as well. So that is how you would be able to adjust the things that's inside of the mobile area. Now, let's go back. There is another method of creating something similar like this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to the background settings here. I'm just going to delete that because I want to keep it open. And I'm just going to delete all of this so that we can work with one thing. All right. Let me just delete them all. And let's say that we just have the background here that's black. Not that one. We just change it to black. But we want to have something, a big image on the side. All right. So what we're going to do is I am going to take this box this way. I'm going to increase it so it's what we are playing because it's all in one box. Keep them together. All right. You can even do that. So I'm just going to stretch it a little bit. And we got this one here. All right. So we are going to have an image. So what do we do with regards to an image? You can use anything they like. So in this case, I'm just going to go back. And I like to make use of a Facebook post template. That's the easier for me. So I'm going to look for a person. Let me look at photos. You're going to upload whatever you want to show them. So let's go with, I don't know what that is. Let me just look for something. Let me look pets. Let's just do that. I'm going to look for we can even go with this one. But let me just get one big dog. Sorry, when I start doing these kind of things, I can stand for hours and do this stuff. So let me just find an image that I think would be suitable. That one. So you can see now this one has already got a background. I want to show you that you can remove the backgrounds. So we're just going to do that. Perfect. Going to stretch this little kitty to the size of the page. All right. And then we're removing the background. You guys can also remove it in our mockup studio or the video editor. You can do the same. So I'm just going to download this now as a transparent PNG, and I'm going to compress it because we want the quality to be a little bit lower, but it mustn't affect it. So let's just give it some time, and then we're going to click download. So I'm just waiting for it to download in a moment so we can see it. Perfect. There we go. So I'm going to close. Now I'm just going to copy that image because I don't need to do it from the sideline. Remember, you can just copy by clicking on the element like that. So right click, and now we're going to upload the image like that. You can see I've already got an image right there, but let's use the one that we have used here. And we're going to stretch it. All right. So you guys can see now I have added an image on this page. I've pulled it as big as I can. Even if it's over this line, it's okay. Because when you design, it's always a good idea to go in your mobile view as well as the other pages until you can see the right ones. So now we need to unhide that panel. Of course, remember, we have removed some of the text previously on this area right here. So I'm just going to go back to the mobile and see what we've got here and unhide whatever is there. So we can just take the mobile one away. So let's see what happened with this cat. Now you can see the cat is at the top, and you would be able to move the cat around. So you can see now you can play around a little bit with the title. You can right click and you can make this cat smaller as well by going to the lateral spacing. You can move it from the left to the right, from the top to the bottom to make it stick. Now, some people will say to me, but Jackie, I want this cat to be on the side of it. To be able to do that, you're going to have to go back to Canva and play around and move it up a little bit slightly until you get that look. It is possible to do that, but it just takes some effort and some time to actually about losing some precious time. It's about, what is the word that they actually say? It's like testing. Play around and test until you get it to the right area. But those are the two ways that you would be able to use if you want to do that. The last thing that I want to show you guys inside of our mobile area is with regards to two different things that you want to add. One could be your social media and the icons that you need to add there. The other one is when you can split a pane so that two things are showing inside of that area. And that is a very helpful thing, especially when it comes to the design of mobile. So let me start sharing my screen. Let me rather do it like that. I'm just worried you guys can't see me and I'd like to speak to you. All right, so I am going to go back to that area now. And I'm just going to add another panel that we can work with. So let me just go and, no, not a first fold, just a blank panel. All right, so we've got something new to work with. I'm just going to increase the size here so they can scroll up. All right. Now for this area, we are going to add, I think, let's talk about image. Let's go for images. I just want to move this thing away. But where it is. We're going to add two images. I'm going to right click. Let me just add something to this box. I'm just going to choose whatever is available. All right, so we've got one image, and let's just duplicate this image so you can see what I mean. Or maybe let's see if I can find something else that's going to explain it better. Maybe using Builderall next to it. All right. So maybe this is something that we want to show. So currently, if you go to your mobile area right now, they are going to be underneath each other, right? You can see here they are underneath each other. We don't necessarily want this to happen. We want it next to each other. So we're going to go back and we're going to go to the panel and we're going to right click on the panel. All right. We're going to scroll until you're going to see mobile columns advanced and you're going to enable it. And we're only going to have 2 because there's not 3 images. The maximum is 3. And we're going to have it on 2. We're going to go back again. And now when you scroll down, you can see we've got them next to each other, which is a very cool feature to have inside of Builderall. Don't worry about the size that goes over here. That's fine. But you can see that it really, really works fine. You can right click on it now. And you can change the lateral spacing to make it better for yourself if it's an icon or whatever the case might be. That is that one. When it comes to social media, and I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to go to the social media bar. We're going to scroll down. Now, guys, I cannot cover every single one of these areas, but I'm covering the most important things that you have to remember. With social media, I see a lot of people just using this existing on the website. Did you know that if you click on general settings, you can go change the images right here, especially to fit your brand? So I would suggest that you do that. Go play around with it so that you can see that it looks nice with different kinds of icons. And if you're wondering, how do you create the spaces in between them because you might not have it, go to Canva and create a logo and then make them the same size. So if I go to Canva for an example, I'm going to show you what I always do. I always make use of Canva's icon logo, and then I upload the logo. You can see they look exactly the same. I would take that size and I would duplicate it, and I will bring in the Instagram over this one and have it exactly the same, and then download these as transparent. It's important to download it as transparent. So if I click on change, let's see if I've got social media on this thing. I don't think there is any on this account. But that's how you would do it, is to make sure that you leave spaces in between, is designing it on Canva for an example, so that you have white space. So if you're going to go back to your mobile, you're going to see it's nicely next to each other right there. If you have got more than 4 icons, what are you going to do? This is the answer. So we're going to delete this one and we're going to delete this one. We're going to duplicate. Because remember what we just did earlier? We're going to go back to the mobile, and there is all your icons in a row. All right. So that is basically it. I don't think I've got anything more than that I can show you in this short time. But I really hope that it helps you. If you guys have got questions, now's the time to drop it for me right here in the comments area so that I can take a look at your comments that you might have. So I will be waiting for you to let me know. And while I'm waiting for you, I'm just going to see if I could recognize anybody that are watching right now, because StreamYard doesn't want to tell me who's watching. So we've got Derek, Scott, and I mean Marcia. We got Marcia, I think. I hope that is the right way of saying your name. Let me see who else. So I can just see. We've got Douglas, and we've got Linwood, and we've got Jeffrey. That's awesome. Thank you so much, guys, for being here today. I really appreciate it. And I hope that you guys have got all the information that you need. If you need me, you know where to find me inside on Thursdays in the Q&A sessions. Otherwise, I will be all around. Got some questions? Just tag me and I will be there for you. All right. Thank you so much, guys. Have an awesome week and I'll see you around. Bye.